What's up, y'all? Thank you for joining me. I'm accompanied by a half cup of freshly brewed coffee, and for the first time ever, I am trying cold foam in my pour over. I can't believe it took me this long. I'm a self-proclaimed coffee addict, and this is the first time I'm trying it, so this is insane, but it is so good. Mm, cheers. So, I I want to have a I want to have an espresso machine here in the house, but they're so expensive. And they start off at like 500 bucks. So I think that can wait for now. I have a really neat pour over setup and I love it. I love the smell of freshly brewed coffee in the house. I don't need caffeine to function. I think I lead a pretty healthy lifestyle. I'm getting enough sleep. I eat really healthy to where I have natural energy. I don't need it for focus or anything like that, but I just love the smell and taste of it. It does fuck with my sleep a little bit though. I'm not sure if any of you can relate. And it dehydrates me like crazy. As soon as I drink coffee, I'm like pissing like a racehorse for hours. And that's not good because I like to work out and things like that, and I find myself feeling a little dehydrated sometimes. So, yeah. Anyway, cheers to all of my coffee lovers. If that is you, give that video a like. So, as the title says, this quote hit me so hard. If you think the price of winning is too high, wait until you get the bill of regret. This hit me so hard because it put into perspective urgency, not rushing a process, but to move with intention. I want to share a little bit about what I do in terms of occupation. I don't want to make this video longer than it needs to be, but I am a full-time Uber driver. I work anywhere between 12 to 14 hours a day. I I appreciate and enjoy the flexibility of this type of work. I like that I can choose my schedule. I My schedule is very rigid because I've every market is different. Everywhere you live, the market is different. Demand, the flow. I'm grateful that I live in a very big city, so work is very consistent, and I've figured out my times and my groove. So I stick to it every single day. It kind of changes a little bit on the weekends, but other than that, I'm typically a early bird. I'm up 3, 4 in the morning. I start anywhere between 4 to 5 in the morning on most days, and I don't come home until I hit my goal. So if you're an Uber driver or you do this kind of work, whether it's DoorDash, you could probably relate. But this is what I do full time. And I feel I feel very blessed. I feel like God has really blessed the work of my hands and has allowed me to have a sustainable living consistently month to month to where I can, do this full time and at the same time, even make time for something like this. So I'm grateful, but it is I'm comfortably getting by, but I know that God does not want me and I don't want to be too comfortable. And I believe that this is the time for me. It is a time for me to step out in faith. One thing, I mean, there's a lot of cool things that can happen in a day doing Uber. I really enjoy the conversations that I have with people. Like, I meet some very interesting people. Thank God I have not had any crazy incidences, like drunk people or gun pulled to my head or getting robbed or whatever, knock on wood. But I'm grateful. I've I've been safe. However, though, there are times, and if again, any of you who do this full time can relate, is that sometimes when that drowsiness hits you, brother, if I can tell you the amount of times that God has saved me, it's not a game. 12 to 14 hour days are, you might think, well, you're sitting down all day. Like, I mean, how can you possibly be tired? I already enjoy driving, but man, sometimes that hits you so hard. There's a specific type of tired that you experience doing a sedentary job, whether it's Uber driving or you're in front of a computer all day, right? It's like your brain is just so drained and because you're just focused. It's a very focus intensive job, right? You got to pay attention to everything that's going on the road. So your attention is you're paying attention all day, and it drains you. It's a different kind of tired. At the end of the day, you just want to do the easiest tasks, like sit down on the couch and watch a show or something like that. Like, you don't want to do anything that is going to require creativity or deep focus because you're just exhausted. Also, the type of wear and tear that your body receives from doing work like this is very unique. Like, anyone who works a sedentary job, that your body starts feeling tight. You start having lower back issues, especially the older you get. And if you don't take care of those issues, like you don't stretch or do any type of mobility work, or you're not active outside of your job, then it starts to creep up on you, and you start hunching, you start getting a lot of tightness on your neck, your lower back, your hips become really tight. So when you start doing any type of exercise, your body just doesn't feel fluid. And I love to work out. I love being active. I'm a road cyclist. I love going to the gym. I love being active. I love moving. And I hate how in the mornings I just feel so tight. I have to be very intentional about mobility work, stretching, so that my body stays fluid, so that my muscles stay elastic and not stuck and knotted up. So these are things that kind of eat at me, and not changing my situation, or not making an effort, or not being intentional about changing my situation has been eating me up. And that is why I'm here, because this is something that has been brewing for a while now in my heart. And I'm taking the leap. I'm taking the leap in faith. God has shown me how he has taken care of me. I'm comfortably getting by. And if he can provide for me and care for me in just doing something so humble as being an Uber driver, how will he not take care of me in something that I believe he is calling me to? But we tend to overthink, we tend to overanalyze, we tend to overconsume in hopes to be so prepared for the job or the task or the calling or the dream that we become frozen in indecision. But there's a quote from a song by La Russell where one of the artists said that the work doesn't come to those who are patient, but those who are willing. Mm-mm-mm. That hit me like a freight train too. It's I don't have to be I don't have to wait for the right time, nor do I have to be the most prepared, the most educated about how I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I'm just taking the leap in faith, knowing that God has given me the comfort that that he is providing and that he will provide. I just show up. I just show up. I have a plan, right? We set our plans on paper. This is what I'm going to do. These are the disciplines that I'm going to implement to get the job done, to hit my goals, right? But I'm also leaving room for God to do his thing. Sometimes God loves to rattle, just to shake things up, turn things upside down. And that's I'm allowing room for spontaneity and play. I think that this journey is going to look a certain way, but it might not. You know what I'm saying? So, but and I love that because I have full faith. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I'm just going to show up and I'm going to go all in. So I hope that this can encourage you. if you feel like you're somebody that's has been on the fence about something, or you feel stuck and there's more, that you know that there's more for you, that you start becoming intentional, that you don't let the bill rack up. When you go out with some friends or something and you go to the bar and you get drink after drink after drink, that tab is it's racking up, right? And you're going to get that bill at the end. The thing about regret is that it creeps up on you so slow. 1 day, 2 days, a month, 6 months of indecision, of paralysis, analysis paralysis. You don't take action. You procrastinate. You overthink. You doubt yourself. That that bill is racking up. I don't want to be that. I think about how many hours of my day, of my life, I'm giving up to a work that will not yield the fruit that I want in my life, that I know in my heart of hearts that God wants for me. And for you as well, if you're watching this, I believe that this is for you. If someone were to there's this clip by from Speedy. I think he's like a interviewer from Complex or something. I don't know his full background, but he posted a video that I thought was so funny. He basically said, uh, it was a video to a response to a question that somebody asked him on one of his videos, and the question was like, "What is your dream job?" And he said, "My this is like my job. My dream is to not work. My dream is to not have a job." And honestly, bro, I fuck with that. I fuck with that so hard because I we live in a time where we don't have to. We don't have to. There is no one box fits all for everybody. If that's the route that you take, then great. I believe that the that corporate America is one of the safest and best ways to become wealthy if you play your cards right. It is definitely a long-term slow game, but I've seen from as from an observer standpoint, I've seen people elevate in life, become wealthy. And I don't allow pop culture anymore to define what wealth or rich is. If you were to ask me like, "Hey, William, like what do you want out of life?" If I can be frank, I just want to be free. I don't have a dollar amount that I want in my bank account, nor do I have a list of things that I need to possess. I ask God, God, do away with the love of money and things. That what I want most is impact, where people are impacted in a positive way, in a healthy way, in a spiritual way, in a godly way. So that's what I want. And whatever dollar amount that is, right? That I want to be free to go where I please, help whoever I please, without any worry, whatever dollar amount that is. But that also depends on what you're into, right? What kind of lifestyle you want to live, what kind of car you want to drive, what kind of house you want to live in, things like that. Anyway, I'm digressing, but I'm trying to reel it in. All to say is that I feel like it is the time for me. This year has been very special where I just feel this thing in the air, man. I don't know what it is. It's like I feel like I'm on a fast track. I feel like I'm on a fast track and I'm on a lane just by myself. And if I stay focused, things will look better. I don't have a time frame, but all I'm going to do is stay committed, disciplined, and devoted to the process and to the mission. And that's all I can do. I'm going to do the best that I can in that area. I'm going to do all that I can, whatever it takes, and God is going to do the rest. Whatever it is you believe in, God or the universe or whatever, if you're watching this, this is your time. Don't wait for that bill to rack up, that bill of regret. If you've been procrastinating, you don't need to be any more prepared, any more educated. You know enough. What you have in front of you is enough. What you have is enough. Whether the phone, if you're going to go into content creation, your phone, you have what you need. You have heart, you have a brain, creativity, your faith. That's all you need. I'm packing light. This is a journey. I packed light. All I need is my faith and my why. And I'm I've done away with overconsumption, analyzing, questioning. I'm just gonna go. Go, go, go. I hope that this helps. I can't wait to see what this looks like 6 months, a year from now. I am excited for what God is going to do, and not just what impact this can make. It's not even me, what it can make, what God is going to do, but how, one of the things I'm most excited about is how I'm going to change. Where will I be as a person 6 months, a year from now? Thank you for joining me. Before this gets watered down, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want to come along with me on this journey of becoming our best selves, I want to document my journey, not just on YouTube, but life in general. If you want to come along, um, hit the subscribe button. I would really, really love to have you. And yeah, if you have any questions about anything I've spoken about, drop it in the comments below. I will see you there. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, on to the next one. Peace.